our president has been making some calls. He's been seeing folks in person, and he wants to know why Catholic Governor Newsom, Jewish Mayor Garcetti, and Presbyterian, their church is just down the street on the corner of York and Eagle Rock, are active in America's Hijacked Lifelines, are a part of harassing a Christian in a wheelchair with some dangerous Iranian Muslims from overseas, brought here by the Mormon cult of Utah. He wants to know why they are doing that, and he is making some videos of folks actively involved in America's Hijacked Lifelines. And yes, they're getting that chant going at the mayor's, governor of California and LA, and Trump's photo op. Recall because we can't call Melton. Impeached because we can't reach. Jasmine is a rape victim, and she says this in her video. Mormon cult fanatics, they're missionaries, casing her neighborhood when the only ones home are the kids and her. She's a college student. And she says, I want to know why my phone's not allowed to work as I tried to call this man, Melton. Not one Flight 93 check call in over a decade of asking. Impeach because we can't reach. Recall because we can't call. And she makes that video of those Mormon cult missionaries giving some candy to some kids across the street, home alone after school. Make that video of your hijacked lifeline. And yes, make that video of dangerous Mormon cult folks being a part of America's Hijacked Lifelines and having those dangerous Muslims from overseas here, the terrorists, yes. Works in downtown LA, and he hears Garcetti doing a photo op, maybe in Grand Park, right across the street from the city hall there, and he goes to his car. He's tried to call me. He's made a video of America's Hijacked Lifelines. He's got his binder there. Someone was handing out these 8x10s, and they asked Jewish Mayor Garcetti, why are you actively harassing a Christian in a wheelchair with your buddies from Solari Enterprises? And he's just, he's truthful, very religious man. He says, oh, I'm just waiting for those dangerous Muslims from Iran and other places of the Mideast to up and kill him, Melton, so I don't have to worry about it for my presidential bid. Remember, get that channel going. Recall because we can't call. 424-229-4140. Garcetti, Mayor Garcetti, Jewish harassment of Christians in a wheelchair guy. In bed with the cowardly Hussein placers too. So the general, or is it an admiral, has gone into town. And of course everybody's bowing and scraping to him. And this one man walks up and he asked him about me, asking for 9/11 Flight 93 checks for over a decade and not getting one. And he knows how to push buttons. He gets that general a yelling and a screaming, who the hell do you think you are? What the hell are you doing? Yeah, the general's been getting a few calls. And this man, a cop from New York, says, I'm acting in the best interests of New York and America, and I want to know why you are an active part in compromising our security general. Were you this uninformed as we got attacked by those cowardly Husseins? Professor Foote has had his students working on their final grade together. He's had them calling up all senators, all mayors in their state, all governors in America here, and asked them, why can't I reach Milton? Why aren't you doing your job? And yeah, they got a lot of documentaries of folks who shouldn't be in office, and they have them chanting. Good folks doing that, what colleges should be doing. They have them chanting all across America. Impeach because we can't reach, recall because we can't call. And yes, get it going. Come see me. Have wit, will travel. So Catholic Governor Newsom, who hates saints and hates handicapped folks, he is at a photo op, and some good Americans have that chant going, impeach because we can't reach Milton, recall Newsom because we can't call Milton. They've got that chant going. One asks, why aren't you doing anything about those dangerous Iranian Muslims with Solari Enterprises harassing that Christian in a wheelchair, Milton? And Newsom's honest. He just says, I'm just hoping the Muslim cult or Mormon cult folks there with Solari up and kill him. That way I don't have to worry about, keeping my presidential bid from going forward. Oh, worry, Governor. Worry. Garcetti is talking to Catholic Governor Newsom. Garcetti's a Jewish, and they're wondering why tourism is down. Oh, I'll tell you what tourism is down for California and LA. They know all about me. Not one Flight 93 check call in over a decade of asking. They know all about Milton, handsome bald guy getting bad treatment for Dignity Health, from Adventist Cult, from LAC, USC Tech Medical, and yeah, they're doing that tourist check. They're trying to call me, and when they can't reach me, they know the cowardly Hussein placing folks and their threat to our security are waiting in California. Two hunters have gotten home from hunting, and I hear you can use these nice photos, graphic art. Oh, they work much better than those decoys. Anyway, they've gotten back and they noticed some Mormon cult fanatics casing their neighborhood. So they pickup truck them. They park in the front and they park in back of that gray car, sometimes white, that identifies those Mormon cults casing our neighborhoods when the only ones home are the kids after school. And they wait for those parents to get home so that they can have a word with these dangerous cult fanatics. You should too. Make that video of America's Hijacked Lifelines. You honk when you see them casing our neighborhoods and the only ones home are those kids. Remember to post. Whatever you get when you don't get me. Melanie Alibi has just gotten another call from good Americans who are following up on the Mormon Muslim cults. Chinese, AT&T, their active participation in compromising the security of America. And she says, well, I don't know anything about the Mormon cult keeping America's Lifelines from working and being a guest, being host for those dangerous Muslims, Iranian Muslims and others from overseas. I don't know anything about that, and she hears that siren, says, I gotta go. She's been getting a lot of those calls lately. And yes, she tells those 3 Mormon cult missionaries running in with those ski masks on to take them off, and then she tells the cops they were here all the time. As you know, the Chinese love the cats and the dogs. No Nuttis Pets has dinner, and Tommy's out in front of the street light, middle of the night, and he finally got someone to make a call for him. He's called up Rhea, and he says that tip he got about there being a lot of cats at that light on the corner is wrong. It's a whole lot of gnats. And he's on his way home. Gnats around the light. On his way home, and he finds a cat. And he, of course, grabs the cat and slams it up against the fence. And he's walking home, and then the cops show up. And they say, is that your cat? And he says, yeah. Kind of muffled. He says, yeah. And the cops say, well, the cat doesn't look too good. We better take him to a vet. You know, flinging them up against the fence and all that. And so, long story short, Rhea has to come, and they end up paying a whole lot in vet bills, but yeah, tomorrow they got dinner. Some October 3 and 4. Saints imagery, prepared as 4x6 photos. That's how you gotta print them out. Next time you print out your family's photos. Download, print, laminate, take that curved photo paper kind of thing out of it, and yes, it will make it more durable. Couple paper clips, some coins if it's Wednesday. No, if it's windy. And you got some tabletop art. I'm sorry, I'm a handsome bald guy. I have trouble doing 2 things at once, even with the help of gold here. Motorized wheelchair, sharp wheelchair. Got a saint that needs an image, make a video of your stolen call to me. That's, yes, that cowardly Hussein placing right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. That is there. Religious censorship. Make a video of it, come see me in person, have Wit Will Travel, showing the perfect place to design saints imagery. Best people to start building those 1,000 points of light with. Yes, Jesus' immaculate house. No, I'm not talking about churches. I'm talking about cities, communities. Oh, this is my Tommy. He's not a saint. Come see me in person. Tell me what you think of that. My plans to build those 1,000 points of light. Jesus' immaculate house. And yes, any good priest and nun will tell you that house is built on truth. The bricks and mortar will come later. Make a video of your hijack call to me. Put that first brick of truth in those 1,000 points of light. Will Travel, the devil interrupted with high-tech toys. But let's get started building Jesus' immaculate house. And yes, come see me. Let's get started on that imagery that is part of those 1,000 points of light. Jesus' immaculate house. Put that first brick of truth in with your own imagery. Video of your hijack call. Time on your phone, number dialed, date in your video, whatever. Randall Stevenson, who you heard before that parable video debut of Goldcam was interrupted. Randall Stevenson gets his hands bloody hijacking America's lifelines to place a cowardly Hussein in our White House. Not a fan of the Oriental buffoon wrestling guy. He then gets his hands even bloodier, altering phone records to cover up his crime. It doesn't do him much good. TNT, Randall Stevenson, Dallas, Texas, doesn't do him much good when all of America has PhoneGate on video. Sounds like a helicopter. I'm thinking it's over by the highway. Taking post on 544-229-4140. Come see me in person. Tell me what you think of my imagery and America's High-Tech Lifelines, of the world's high-tech lifelines. September Saints 1 in Old English. Going through and fixing up the original font as Old English. The other saint that needs an image, try to call me, 424-229-4140. See the devil steal your call. Then come see me in person. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, Los Angeles, California 90065. Is sleek wheelchair imagery to go along with saint imagery. I'm Milton. And this is Wiram Wideo. A more honest world because of the ever-present eyes and ears of technology. Oh, this is gold. Sharp wheelchair. And this is my skyline imagery. Check it out. Find 30,000 plus graphic art photos. Follow the links at Melton for imagery there. The YouTube. Find 34,000 if you can't find them through those links. If YouTube's got some fraudulent kind of view counts going on, as well as not being able to reach my stuff. Yeah, look for it on Flashdraft. Milton's cool imagery on Flashdraft. Come see me in person, girls. Let me define graphic art with your beauty. You gotta do that in person. Let me get you a nice contact image. Margaret, bring your favorite flowers. And your friends. I'll design them all. Some nice contact imagery. Billy is in the hospital. It's an accident. And his mom is outside, and Dr. Rapetti or Garcetti or Spaghetti, one of those things that I saw in the emergency room, he is talking to the mom, and he's already checked to make sure he can see the ragged clothes of Billy and his mom. And he says, you know, Billy can go on playing in a lot of rich neighborhoods all across America with Catholics involved in America's High-Tech Lifelines. And she says, well, if you think it's for the best. And just then Billy calls out from the emergency room, Mom, don't let them fool you. Come get me. Take me to a decent hospital. And Mom does just that. And luckily, she had her phone audio maker going with that Wiram Wideo stuff. Dr. Jerry is looking at that empty waiting room. He's a Catholic doctor. And, yeah, a lot of Catholic doctors are looking out into that waiting room, and they are wondering if any of those eyes and ears of technology are watching them, and they're being a little better than they have been. But Jerry is looking at that empty waiting room, and he's talking to the receptionist, and he says, I don't know why we don't have these folks in our waiting room. They know we're an active part in America's High-Tech Lifelines, Catholic doctors. They know we're a threat to them, individuals, families, and America. I don't know why they're not coming in. And the guy runs in, he left his phone underneath one of the magazines, and he retrieves it. Wiram Wideo, guys. Has one of these on his desk. You can too. It's 4x6. Look on vote-truth.blogspot.com. You're going to find a lot of them. If you want the binder size, you got to size them up yourself, but everyone at work Oh, you might find one or two there. Everyone at work, stops by his desk, asks about that, and he hands them a drawer full of those 4x6s. Maybe he's got the 8x10s there too. He's protecting the world from what the Mormon cult has on our soil. Remember to honk when you see them casing your neighborhoods, when the only ones home are the kids after school. Honk at them, and yes, take that binder art, any of those 30,000 plies, to those Garcetti, Newsom, and Trump. Impeach because we can't reach, we call because we can't call. Commandant from one of those places that train generals is talking to a reporter, and he says, within the borders of Utah waits 100 ruby bridges. The Mormon cult is a dangerous cult, an evil cult, and it's got way too many generals in a bed with it. Make that video. Have you had that call to me in front of every general, every admiral, and yeah, get that chant going. Recall because we can't call. Trump, Newsom, Garcetti, and generals. College students walk up to the general. He's in town. The troops weren't bowing and scraping and fawning over him, so he went into town where they do that a lot too. And a couple of college students walk up to him. Yes, all they have to do is ask him about that illustrious career, being on the wrong side of things, but still getting by. And then they ask him about Milton. Not one plate 93 check call in over a decade of asking, make that tourist check call before you come out here or before you go to a Catholic doctor. 424-239-4140. You can't reach me yet. Yeah, you're going to get the same treatment from the general and from California. They get the general screaming, and they ask him, were you this uninformed as we got attacked by those cowardly Husseins? It's graphic art photos, Milton's graphic art photos on Flickr for September 2019. 314 photos, graphic art photos, Trump and Hussein's phone gate. Yes, the old phone gate. I hope to be getting a GIMP going, which means you can, whatever colors you like for the backgrounds of the 4x6, you can get it. It moved around. We see where it went to. Let's see. Take it again. There we go. And there's a whole big set. You can find it through my links itself. And I've already got it on my SoulCam@live.com Gmail. Not Gmail. OneDrive, Microsoft. Follow the links for that, and also it's supposed to be on the Google Drive, but I don't know why it's yeah, there it is, right there. For post complaint. So wherever you have the link, follow, and if you can't reach it there, look for me at your bed of bars, parties, military bases, college campuses. For Mountains Imagery, prepared Has 4x6 photos. It's kind of dark, but gold's in there a few times. Sharp wheelchair. Come see me, girls. All you attractive blonde and near blonde girls on college campuses, let me do fine graphic art with your beauty. Make a video of your stolen call to me. 424-229-4140. Then come see me in person. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. When you see someone besides me in gold, sharp wheelchair. In Melton's imagery, 30,000 plus at these internet sites. When you see on those flash drives as well, see someone besides me in gold. Yeah, someone's done that. Tear down the Great Wall of Evil around me, and let's get started designing that imagery that will define graphic art, and also, yeah, build those 1,000 points of light to inspire the future and the present of greatness. I'm Milton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Dad, the carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Marianne. I'm the son of a carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables. Let's go. Motorized wheelchair. And these are some son of a carpenter and Mary images. Oh, I've got plenty of them. Check them out. Christ Complex links. Yeah, ChristComplexLinks.blogspot.com. YouTube.com/DNFD series. You'll find this there from last month. $33,300 with the addition of last night on the OneDrive, on the Google Drive, at least one of the Google Drive, and on the Flickr. Check it out. Download. You're gonna find something you like in 30,000. Hence a bulk. I have trouble doing two things at once. In 30,000 graphic art photos, prepared as 4x6 photos. That will pause if you need to read some of the quicker ones, or better yet, go to those 30,000, 3,300, and check out Melton's imagery. Make sure to make that video of your hijack call to me. 424-239-4140, not one flight 93 check call, and over a decade of asking. October's phone gate is there as this thing, as the old square one. I'm working on a nice 4x6. It's on a GIMP. You can pick out the color you like. You can add your own colors if you know how to use the GIMP program. Free downloadable. Yeah, the poor man's, those of us who have our AT&T livelihoods, the poor man's Photoscape. Oh, this one's got a few different alterations, not by me. So look for the one with the blue background. That is painstaking free. Come see me in person when you can't reach me by phone. And yes, have wit will travel. Show me the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house. Those 1,000 points of light, or just come see a handsome bald guy and tell me what you think of my imagery. Or hijack lifelines. Remember to save that video of your hijack call to me. For the Senate Subcommittee and the Evening News. Look for the Senate Subcommittee. You might just find some Evening News folks invited to that for not doing their jobs. I'm going to try to work in some more chest imagery. I used to switch it out with my sugar chick, but I only do the sugar chick once a day. Yes, I've got a lot of beautiful imagery, and I do have a head. Oh, this is gold. Sharp wheelchair. And I hope to get more, if only just for one video. But remember that we're on Wadale. Ever present eyes and ears of technology, all you doctors, particularly Catholic doctors. When you look out into that waiting room, realize that ever present eyes and ears of technology could be in each and every one of their phones. So be good. And yes, girls, come see me. Let me define graphic art Wikipedia. And yes, you got a saint that needs an image, or you just want some saint's imagery, go to saints-imagery.blogspot.com. Couple paper clips, a little lamination of the photo. Maybe your grandma, your mom, cousin, daughter likes the saints. Yeah, try to call me if you got a saint that needs an image, and see the devil stealing your call and your saint's image. Then come see me in person. Tell me all about that saint that needs an image. Well, I'm redoing October right now in Old English instead of the font I started in a year ago. Check them out. And yes, come see me to tell me all about that saint or that image you want designed. Your car is a contact image, your family. See me in person, tell me. Make that video of your hijack call to me. Save it for the Senate subcommittee. Time, date, my number, dial 424-229-4140. Make a video of that mail before you send it too. It's that cowardly Hussein placing. Threatening our country, threatening our world. We need to do something about it. So Putin is having a photo op in Russia, and someone asked, what do you know about dangerous Muslim, Iranian Muslims, Lowry Enterprises harassing a Christian in a wheelchair in Los Angeles? And Putin says, oh, you're going to have to talk to Trump about that. And he takes out his phone. And he says, call up Susan Wojcicki of YouTube, who placed Trump as well. And he gives out Susan's number, and AT&T bloody-handed Randall Stevenson, based in Dallas, but hijacking America's lifelines and compromising our security every time someone tries to call me. And he tells her to get that those bind of art truth up at those rallies. Impeach because we can't reach Milton. Recall because we can't call Milton. 424-229-4140. Do that. You don't have to get the numbers from Putin. I hear, lots of folks have those numbers. All of you attractive blonde girls out there, I know what it must be like for you to live among the angry brunettes. I must live among those jealous hairy guys. This is my sugar check. I'm Milton. I'm going to make it quick. I've just had folks, I've had things go wrong left and right. And I'm going to finish, well not finish, but get some more work done on doing my organization from September. And yeah, I don't make any money off my graphic art photos. It's the devil's people AT&T'ing my livelihood. 305. And yours as well. Whatever boring thing you get when you try to call me. Phone ringing, error misses, busy signal. It's folks on hand here at Teak Terrace and nearby in Eagle Rock, literally committing fraud of epic proportions. Not just there, across America. I'm going to show you my stigmata eyes. It's lots of folks in very official positions who have not been doing their jobs. So get it on video. America's Hijacked Lifelines, 424-229-4140, and our Gates. Why do I have to say that every 2 seconds? I haven't said Gates since about 2 years ago. Our AT&T livelihoods. I get the feeling that they're doing much better. I mean, we got to have somebody take over the phone system. That Microsoft stuff. When AT&T is just taken out altogether for being so fraudulent and so active in America's Hijacked Lifelines. That's them next door. They've been quiet during the videos lately, for the most part. But yeah, every morning that's them harassing a Christian in a wheelchair. So it's AT&T, not Gates. So, well, yeah, you can try to call me in front of Gates and Microsoft, whoever's there now. But, yeah, it's our AT&T livelihoods. Whatever boring thing you get, when you don't get me, phone ringing, error message, busy signal. It's not going to be boring if you need the firemen, the police, paramedics, money out of your pocket every day. Get it on video. Save it for the Senate subcommittee. Put it on your flash drive. And oh yeah, tomorrow's Sunday. Let me get the clergy binder art out. It's over there in the window. Tell everyone who you protect at those religious places to make that video of America's Hijacked Lifelines. That's their AT&T livelihoods. That's their AT&T lifelines. Make a video yourself up at the front of whatever it is you call your flock. Make that video up front of trying to call me. Time on your phone. My number dialed, date in your video. And yeah, tell them all. Make that video. Whatever you get when you don't get Melton, save it for the Senate subcommittee. And yeah, go see him. Tell him what you think of his imagery and your AT&T, my AT&T livelihood. So some Mormon cult princesses have gotten a tip from their dangerous Iranian Muslim cult folks on American soil, courtesy their Utah Mormon cult. They heard about Agnes, who is a little old lady. Her kids are living on the other side of the town, other side of the country, of the coast. And yeah, she's recently widowed. And they rush over to her house, got some land and life insurance and stuff. They rush over to her house, push their way in, and say that disrespectful prayer, "Our Heavenly Father, please don't let any of our Mormon cult or Muslim cult buddies get caught a raping or a stealing. In Jesus' name we pray." And she hits that couch horn, sends them flying to those thrones of theirs. At a Trump photo op. And a lot of good Americans are holding up those big fives, not 1.93 check call in over a decade of asking, guys. And they got that chant going, impeach because we can't reach. 424-229-4140. Recall because we can't call Melton. At that same number, not 1.93 check call in over a decade of asking. And Trump's trying to distract. He asked for a reporter's question, and that reporter says, "This one's for the general. Why are you compromising the security of America? It's more than our AT&T livelihoods when we can't reach Melton. Get that boring thing, phone ringing, error message, busy signal." This puppet here is answering to Utah and Russia. We need to know what you're doing to weed out the devils among your ranks, General. Melanie Alibi has some new Mormon cult pervert missionaries. She brought them past Father Fans. And just as they go into his antique store pawn shop, as they go in, a cop shows up with angry Martha, who says, "They stole my grandma's antique clock. I know it. It's got to be around here somewhere." And they look around and they can't find anything, so of course they apologize and leave the cops. And Father Fence laughs as he watches them drive away. He says, "Stupid cops. I've got that antique clock on its way to the other coast." And yeah, they're going to have those missionaries out scoping new stuff to steal from America, from the world. So yeah, I'm gonna have to delete that crook Barak, a real name, that crook Hussein page. It's public, but I gotta make some room for my September 2014 4x6 photos. I'll see if I can get it up on like a Google Drive or something, where I get a little more space. And I'm thinking about getting that terabyte, but if I can find a deal, because I don't need the Word doc or the Word or Excel. I got the Open Office. I do need space. And yes, this is the debut of Gold Cam. Handsome bald guy. Sharp wheelchair. A Gold Cam. Let's go. His 8x10 Old English gold binder art has been shear-napped twice. So get that shank going, because your lifeline has been shear-napped with gold. Get that chant going. Have these big fives at all. A photo ops of those politicians. Recall because we can't call. Impeach because we can't reach. 424-229-4140. And come see me. Handsome bald guy in the immaculate apartment. Doing a little organizing lately. But when you hear that hatred next door, that's AT&T. Make a video of your family's lifeline's not working. As you try to call me, you don't know when else that lifeline won't be allowed to work. So 911, Flight 93, check-in, post, and 5 for your family. See that phone as every child in America's lifeline to the firemen, police, paramedics. Make a video of it being hijacked. Post. Come see me in person. Tell me where that best place is to build Jesus' immaculate house. And yeah, 30,000 plus graphic art photos. Hear that siren. 911, Flight 93, check-in, post, and 5. You're going to find something you like. And 30,000 graphic art photos. Did I say 20,000? I'm handsome bulk. I have trouble doing two things at once. Check out my skyline, my duck imagery, and yeah, there's not too much duck imagery, but there's a lot of handsome bald guy and sharp wheelchair. Excuse me. Once again, handsome bald guy. Imagery there. Check it out. And come see Go and me in person. So Trump is at a photo op. He's a Presbyterian and he's been asked. This is Iranian Solari Enterprises Muslims harassing a Christian in a wheelchair, me, for 2.5 years. He's asked why he's not doing his job as Commander-in-Chief, as President, looking out for the security of America with the Iranian threat that is Solari Enterprises. And me asking for a Flight 93 check, call for over a decade, not getting one. And he says in the photo op, yeah, well, I'm just waiting and hoping that the dangerous Muslim terrorists with Solari Enterprises will just up and kill the Christian in a wheelchair, so I don't have to worry about it. These are documentaries just got this is the 4th of October. I got all the calls from last month, and yes, I've got 400 graphic art photos. Download, print me out, print out that binder art, and get that chant going at Donald Trump's photo ops. Impeached because we can't reach 424-229-4140. It's Tommy's day off, and he crawled in through the doggy door. And yes, it's also Rhea's day off, and she says, "What happened to you?" And he told her about how Hezekiah, the Amish guy, at his AA meeting at the bar, Amputees Anonymous, told him that there are a lot of cats in that cave on the edge of town. And he went up there going hunting. You know, the Orientals love the cats and the dogs, not as pets as dinner. Went up there, and yes, it wasn't cats, it was baths. And he is up to date with his, all the shots and stuff. But Rhea made him go to the hospital because all those bat bites, and yes, they put the cup, to take the blood pressure around his neck because, no arms, and he doesn't like that. When you hear Randall Stephenson harassing a Christian in a wheelchair, don't think Randall Stephenson, Republican, I'm sure. You think dangerous Iranian Muslims with Solari Enterprises harassing today a Christian in a wheelchair. You think Presbyterian, that's the big church on the corner down the street, harassing a Christian in a wheelchair. Trump, not doing his job protecting America, that's your family's lifeline not working. And Trump, an active part in religious censorship. I think he heard about my saints imagery, and it drove him crazy. So 9/11, Flight 93, check and post in 5. And get those recalled because we can't call chants going at Trump's photo ops. Stephenson, who plays Cowardly Hussein, the Cowardly Hussein in our White House, he is having an affair with Susan Wojcicki, who's been actively suppressing the truth about America's hijacked lifelines with YouTube for over a decade. Not one Flight 93 check call in 11 years. They're having an affair and they hear that chant outside. Recall because we can't call. Impeach because we can't reach. 424-229-4140. And they take off because they know after they recall those folks and impeach those folks, they're going to trust bus. I've had a lot of trouble with my computer because I'm trying to design that recently. They're going to trust bus YouTube and AT&T. They should. Make that video if you hijack call to me. Have these binder arts ready for YouTube's end. AT&T's photo op. Ask them why they're harassing a Christian in a wheelchair. Some saints imagery. This 4th of October 2019. I'm trying something new. I'm letting gold hold the camera here. It's a couple of saints. I gold my motorized wheelchair. Sharp wheelchair. It's from the first trip through October last year. And it's not the original font. I've redone it with the Old English font. It's a nice font with a lot of character. Got a saint that needs an image. Try to call me 424-229-4140. See the devil. Steal your call. Make a video of that. That's religious censorship affecting our lifelines. Then come see me in person. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California 90065. Not one flight 93 check call in over a decade of asking. Get that on video. You got the time, you got the date, you got my number dialed, you got phone game. Save the video for the Senate subcommittee meeting and ask your senator why they're not meeting already. Trump is a businessman and he's been going over the books of Fort Knox. And he's had, the folks who do such things look at that security footage and the cowardly Hussein they placed in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Hussein. Back in that truck and his limo up to that gold fortress, and shuttling it off to Saudi Arabia. I'm Milton. Make that video if you had that call to me and medical research being passed by. And check anything done during those 8 years. 10 now, I guess. Trump's Hussein Light. Anything done, you undo. It's an attack on America. I'm Milton, the son of a carpenter and married. Dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers, Mom Marianne. And all of my imagery can be made into tabletop imagery like gold here, my wheelchair. And yes, as I show you, I used to wear the DVDs on my chest. As I show you what I've been wearing the past few days, I need to put a couple of these in the laundry, but I wear them on my shirt. You can put a couple of paper clips in them and use them for desktop imagery. Put the big 5s on your desk, your choice. Laminate, lasts longer, takes the curve out of the photo paper, and have a drawer full of those to hand out, those 5s to hand out. Get the binder art going, have it on in your car, and then you can show at those photo ops. You can hold it up like this and get that chant going. Impeach because we can't reach, recall because we can't call. And all you senators who wasted that time on that fiasco, is that it? With Trump and Putin buddies kind of thing. And you've noticed your political re-election campaign's having a little trouble. That's Trump. He's not doing his job addressing those dangerous Iranian Muslims with Solari Enterprises harassing a Christian in a wheelchair. And he is making sure you're going to get reelected, or at least whoever he wants gets reelected, by hijacking your call to me. And you don't know when else that political religious in the forefront with the cowardly Hussein places. You don't know when else that will be, right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins, yes. You don't know when else that will be slowing down your livelihood, if it's politics, if it's religion. Your livelihoods depend, a lot of folks depend on your livelihoods. All good clergy, make that video. You can't talk to them by phone, mail, internet. You can't save their souls, can you? Make that video, post that video tomorrow Sunday. Hand out those big 5s as 4x6 and as 8x10s, and tell those senators. Why aren't you doing your job with that? That's very easily documented. Do you know how many folks are making documentary videos in Eagle Rock? Military folks, federal folks, state folks, county folks, Muslim, of course, folks, Mormon cult, as well as Muslim cult. Making those documentaries of them threatening our security, as Milton calmly and patiently waits in the immaculate apartment to get started building a better world. Do you know how many folks are doing that? You know how bad that makes you look, Senator? Do your job. Come see me. And yes, I have wit. We'll travel. Show me the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. Best people to start building with. And yeah, I got some laminating to do today or tomorrow, Sunday, but yeah. 10 cents, 20 cents, hand them out in bulk, even unlaminated. And tell everyone to make that video of America's Hijacked Lifelines. Post.